morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the daily support and resistance levels. It is Friday, the 7th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, slightly bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall through the pivot at 11,735. Support around at the first major resistance level sitting at 11,914. Going to need to see support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high that was at 11,890. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Bitcoin test the second major resistance level sitting at 12,068. Plenty of resistance at 12,000 at present. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 11,581 into play. Barring extended sell-off, should see Bitcoin avoid sub 11,500 levels. Second major support level sits at 11,402. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a slight narrowing of the bearish histograms, but nothing to suggest a breakout on the day. We are, however, seeing a slight widening of the 50 EMA against the 100 and 200, supporting this morning's upward momentum. So avoiding the pivot level and sub 11,500 is key through the day. A move back through to 11,900 and we should see Bitcoin revisit 12,000. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar, it's also a positive start to the morning after an early pullback. Going to need to see EOS avoid a fall back through the pivot at 3.0889 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 3.1778. Support from the broader market to hold on to 3.10 levels through the early part of the morning is going to be needed. So barring an extended rally on the day, first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 3.1789 should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see EOS eye 3.2 levels. We don't expect EOS to test the second major resistance level sitting at 3.2677, however. Fall back through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 2.999 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see EOS avoid the second major support level sitting at 2.91. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a bearish crossover there, suggestive of a possible reversal. But when we look at the EMAs, we've got the 50 widening against the 100 and 200. So a hold onto 3.1 levels and avoiding that pivot level through the morning would support a breakout on the day. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, range bound start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 396.77. Support a run at its first major resistance level sitting at 402.54. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ethereum to break back through to 400s. So barring a broad-based crypto rally on the day, should see that first major resistance level cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, we've got the second major resistance level sitting at 414 that should cap any upside on the day. Failure to break through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 389.51 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see Ethereum avoid the second major support level sitting at 383.74. Looking at the MACD, we're seeing a slight narrowing of the bearish histograms, but we are also seeing a narrowing of the 50 EMA against the 100 and 200. So key through the morning will be a move back through to 400 levels. So move through the pivot to 400 should support a breakout on the day and a run at that first major resistance level. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, positive start to the morning. Going to need to Ripple's XRP avoid a fall back through the pivot at 0.3038 to support a run at this first major resistance level at 3104. Support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.31 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level in yesterday's high 0.3112 should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, we've got the 23.6% fib at 31.34 and the second major resistance level at 31.78 to cap any upside on the day. Fallback through the pivot would bring the first major support level setting at 29.63 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see Ripple's XRP avoid sub 0.29 levels and the second major support level sitting at 28.97. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a bearish crossover, so key through the morning is going to be a hold above that pivot level. Looking at the EMAs, nothing conclusive to suggest any breakout beyond the current levels, so monitor the pivot and a move back through to 0.31 levels should support a breakout on the day.